It'd be Thomas Scott Miller,
Okay, and Mr. Miller, where are you employed?
at 900 Mount Creek Road, which is Signal View Condominiums.
Okay, do you have other jobs?
I do as well. I work at Baylor School, providing their security in the afternoons.
Do you have a background in law enforcement?
Somewhat.
Okay. And so you said, let's go back to Mount Creek Road. What apartment building is at 900 Mount Creek Road?
Signal View Condominiums,
Okay, condominiums. And do you know approximately how many condominiums are there?
484.
Okay, that's a large complex.
Yes.
And how long have you worked as security? At
29 or 30 years.
29?
Yes.
Do you, I wasn't expecting that.
Yes.
I didn't even know that you've been there that long.
Yeah.
Do you also live there?
I do not.
Okay, all right. So as a security officer, if you're called, you have to come actually from your home to...
No, we work there during certain hours.
Okay, what hours do you work there?
At the point in time where this event occurred, we worked from 5 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon to 5 in the morning.
Okay. So in November of 2022, you were obviously working in this position.
I was.
And you were working at night.
That is
During
correct.
the night hours.
Yes.
And do you recall being contacted by the Chattanooga Police Department, specifically Officer Mackenzie Pierre,
Yes,
about the family that was in the
That is
in the
correct. He
parking lot?
requested me to come down and speak to him.
And do you recall what the circumstances were?
The found vehicle was the initial, and then obviously the missing person.
Okay. Did you communicate with the family there
I did.
on the grounds? And at some point, were you asked about video footage?
I was.
Does Signal View apartment, the condo complex have video footage?
They do.
Okay, did they at the time in November 2022?
They did.
And when you were asked about if you could look at that, what was your initial response?
I could. The camera footage we used, I couldn't look at from the property because it's the complex had it installed from the EPB, so the video footage is stored off-site at their server. So I had to go home to access it from my personal computer.
So you can access a camera that was installed by EPD from your actual home?
Yes.
And do you often access that camera when the need arises?
Yes, if I'm questioned about a certain time frame.
And does that happen every so often?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And on this night, did you let the parties or the police know that you were going to have to go home to look for that?
I did.
Were you instructed by anyone as to what specific time frame you were supposed to look for?
I believe so from the evidence that her mother had provided me from the time frame of when the car had arrived there, which narrowed down the time frame.
Do you recall at some point the family coming back after their first visit? Did they come back to Mount Creek?
They did.
And what was that for?
We discussed, I believe, footage and then some phone data that they were discussing about how her phone pinged to the different location.
Did you review the video footage there with them?
That footage, I did not because I cannot.
Did you retrieve it at that time for the Pace family, Jasmine's family, or did you later give it to the Chattanooga Police Department?
I remember later to go to the Chattanooga Police Department.
Okay, and do you recall what day that video footage was from?
Oh, I have no idea. You would have to tell me what day it was from.
Okay, so
I just know it was around Thanksgiving.
okay, and you pulled the footage at the request of the Chattanooga Police Department,
Yes,
and it was from the Signal View condos, which
Yes.
you had access to.
that is
All
correct.
right. And you jump drive. You recognize that jump drive?
I do.
Have you seen what's on there?
I have.
What is on there?
This is footage from the camera that is mounted on the front of the office that aims toward the pond area at the complex.
In fact, did you review that, what was on that jump drive with me as well?
I did.
Okay, did you write your name on there to signify you had seen it?
I did.
Okay, and does it accurately reflect what the property looked like in November of 2022?
It does.
Okay, and this is the exact video that you gave to the Chattanooga Police Department?
It is.
I'd ask that this be introduced, say, next to the judge. I'm sorry, my colleague reminded me that our jury is not from Chattanooga, they don't know what EPD is. Do you know what EPD is?
It is the electric power board for our, the city-owned electric power board.
Okay, so they,
They provide security cameras footage, internet service, and other things.
Okay. And at some point, on the video footage, can a vehicle, a white SUV vehicle be seen coming into the property?
That is correct.
In the direction that that vehicle is traveling on the video, is it towards the area that Jasmine Pace's vehicle was located?
Yes, it would be about 100 yards or so away from
Okay.
where it was left.
Okay. Nothing further, Judge?
In case you forget, I don't think she gave me that footage.
Oh,
I've got
Mr. Miller has it.
Oh, you do, okay, thank you.
Mr. Miller, we will likely see that video later, but does the video show an individual getting out of the vehicle?
No, it does not.
Does it show any person driving the vehicle?
It does not. From the angle, it's too far away.
Okay. And how long did it take you to retrieve that video?
Probably a few hours.
And when did law enforcement come back to you though and request for it?
Probably the next day.
Okay. You originally had spoken with Officer Pierre of the Chattanooga Police Department?
That is correct.
And you've known him for some time?
Yes, that is correct. We work together on other things.
And was he the officer that it was turned over to, or was it another officer?
No, it was I would term it as a homicide detective.
Okay. And you mentioned a few moments ago that you sort of had a background in law enforcement. What do you mean by that?
I was a reserve officer for the Red Band Police Department, which is a small municipality in here.
And what years were you a reserve officer?
I'm going to say from 2010 to 2023.
Okay, and a reserve officer, can you explain what that means?
Yeah, it's the same. You just don't have a set schedule, but you have just full powers, just like a regular law enforcement officer. You just have to be accompanied by a full-time officer.
Okay. And are you still employed at these condominiums?
That is correct.
Thank you, sir.
You redirect.
No, Your Honor.
Jury, have any questions for Mr. Miller? Okay. All right, Mr. Miller, thank you. Mr.
Thank you.